Hello, Christine Abrams here at Christine's Craft Table. Today is show and tell. I'm going to show you a bunch of things that I've made, talk about the pattern, the yarn, and hopefully give you some inspiration or some tips. I hope you enjoy. Let's start with this tissue box holder. I made this out of 100% cotton, and it is a cute pattern that is very functional. It's called the Pampering Vanity Set, and it is a pattern by Tamara Kelly. I think I found it on Ravelry, and it's got these little pockets on the sides, so you can tuck a few napkins, or I keep this one on my kitchen table, which is why I said napkins, coasters, whatever you want or nothing, and hide your tissue box. I also made one for my desk, and I keep pens and pencils and whatnot all on the sides. Just a word of warning, if you put anything really heavy on the sides, they do start to droop like that a little bit, because yarn does stretch. So what I ended up doing is tacking down the sides of each of these pockets. So it makes the pocket a little bit smaller, which is fine if you've got pens and markers and pencils in there, but it also helps it keep its shape. Next, we'll go to the kitchen from the dining room, and I've got some freezer pop holders here. I like freezer pops, but I don't like the fact that they're very cold to hold, or you have to waste a paper towel just to wrap it around the freezer pop. So these are very useful. I used just cotton scraps that I had and made a whole bunch of them. This pattern is called Freezer Pop Holder, and it is also on Ravelry for free. Next, we have some kitchen dishcloths. I started using dishcloths when I started crocheting because I find that I like something that I can reuse and toss in the washer, and I don't have to keep buying those sponges. So these are very useful. And I like the yarn that comes in, it's like a two types of yarn combined in one skein. It's got the little scrubby stuff on it, you can see, and then it's got smooth parts as well, and they just alternate throughout the skein. This one is totally scrubby yarn. Scrubby yarn is not bad if you use a larger hook than it recommends. I even find that it's easy to frog, so don't be afraid of scrubby yarn. It's very useful for your dishcloths. These patterns are by Creative Grandma. Again, 100% cotton. I love her little flower patterns. This is Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. One word of warning, the Hobby Lobby yarn comes in some very beautiful, vibrant colors, but they tend to fade pretty quickly. So this one's faded, but still very useful, so I use it. I think the flowers cheer me up while I'm washing dishes. There's some gray ones. And I love that pattern. Again, Creative Grandma on YouTube, free tutorials. They are her flower dishcloths. I've also made for the kitchen some bowl cozies. This is a really nice pattern, just all single crochet. I don't remember who the pattern is by. I wasn't logging my patterns at that time. And but I highly recommend, especially if you heat up your glass bowls in the microwave, they get very hot. So bowl cozies are wonderful to have. I did have a fail making bowl cozies, and this was using Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton for bowl cozies. You do not want to do that because this cotton is very soft, so it's just too flimsy for the purpose of a bowl cozy. I guess if your bowl is really large, it'll wrap around it and stay snug. But for a smaller bowl, this thing is almost useless. So very pretty, and it's a nice pattern, but use something sturdier like sugar and cream or peaches and cream that's gonna hold up. I've also made a number of pot holders and hot pads. This pattern was by Tiffany Creation, is it Crochet by Tiffany or Tiffany's Crochet on YouTube? She's got a free tutorial, very easy and very useful. Here's some more hot pads. This one's also by Crochet by Tiffany is what it is, I think. Nice and thick. Protect your counters. They're pretty too. These are all in Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton, which is fine for a hot pad because you're making 2 layers, so it's nice and thick and colorful and soft. This one is in sugar and cream. As you can see, it's much stiffer. Very pretty stitch. I don't remember who that one is by, but I'm sure they were all free tutorials on YouTube. So that's another Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. And that's it for the kitchen. Next, I have some socks. Here I have my very first pair of socks, and this was called the Toe Up Sock. I believe it was a Yarnspirations pattern, and Mikey on Crochet Crowd did a very helpful tutorial on this. He divided the sock up to the different parts and really did a nice job explaining. So I highly recommend that tutorial. The yarn is Hobby Happy Toes that I think I actually won in a giveaway from Gina at Knitting Turnpike. Thank you, Gina. Anyway, I love these socks. I wear them a lot. I wash them in the washer and I just hang them to dry. They are 75% wool. So another pair of socks, more recent, the same pattern though. I made a little bit wider in a nice happy sock yarn. These were again my first toe up crochet socks. The pattern was by Rohn R-O-H-N Strong, and the yarn is Patons North America Croy Socks. These are loose fitting and breathable, yet they keep my feet warm. So very comfy socks. Like to wear them in the evening or when I go to bed. Last pair of socks is my most recent. This pattern is by Olga Poltova on YouTube, and it's called her V-Stitch sock. And these are very comfy. I made them in a very stretchy yarn. This is Premier Cotton Collage, and it's a very pretty color. But the cuff is nice and loose. I like a loose sock. This is kind of airy, but at the same time keeps your feet warm enough. This yarn was 46% cotton, 33% wool, merino wool, 12% manufactured fibers, nylon and polyamide, and 9% other, which I have no idea what it is. They held their color very nicely too, going through the wash. So I usually wash my socks in the washer and then just hang them to dry or dry them flat. And next I have some hats. I don't remember the pattern, but I just wanted to show them to you because they are so soft. You cannot go wrong with Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn for hats. It is 100% acrylic, so they're nice and lightweight, but really comfortable. So I like this bright red for when I go for walks, so cars can see me. This is just like a beret style. I don't think I even used a pattern for this. It's a double crochet and then single crochet brim. Here's a scarf with, again, I love this yarn. Super soft. This is a simple double crochet. I didn't even put a border on it or anything. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, also comes in hundreds of colors, so it's a wonderful option. Some hats I typically wear around the house. This is a Hobby Lobby pattern, not Bag O' Day pattern. I can't remember which one, and I didn't write it down, but a very comfy hat. She has hundreds of hats on her website, hat tutorials. This is a cute little, this is in a double strand of Pound of Love in antique white. I think that's what it was. Anyway, half double crochets and then post stitches for the brim. Again, just a comfy hat. This is my warmest hat ever. It is in K and C. It's part wool. I don't think it's 100% wool, but it was, I remember it's K and C yarn, and it got a tiny bit felted. I don't think it went in the dryer, but it just didn't do well in the washer. But still is holding the stitch definition. It's another Bag O' Day pattern. But this hat is so warm, air does not get through this hat. I love it, love it. Great for the really chilly days out. This is a cowl with, again, Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. Super soft, several years old, but still doing the job very nicely. Okay. Next is this wonderful little cotton, 100% cotton ball cap. You don't have to make it in 100% cotton, but it holds up really nicely, and it's breathable, and it's got a little ponytail hole there. This is by Cabin Fever Crochet. She has a free tutorial on YouTube as well. I love to wear this to drive with. I don't like wearing sunglasses, so a hat with a brim is always a good option. And this is super cute. Next is this mesh cotton bag that I made. I made a super size. I use this for laundry, for carrying laundry from the dryer to the room to fold, and it is so useful, and you just throw it over your shoulder like a Santa sack. I sometimes use it for packages to carry to the post office. It's just really versatile. You could use it for groceries, for farmer's market. A farmer's market, you might end up filling it too full, and then it would be too heavy to carry because it is big. But I don't remember the pattern, but I know there are several tutorials out there for free with this pattern. But I highly recommend making one of these or two of these. They are just really handy. Next is a basket. I've made several baskets, and they're all this basic pattern. This one is by Pamela at Pamela's Adoring Crochet, and she makes her bottom, I think, 1 or 2 rows smaller. I wanted a bigger basket, so I usually make another row. But yeah, this one is with a Bernat Soft and Sleek Super Bulky, not Bernat, Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Super Bulky, and this is Bernat Softy Chunky. And I wouldn't recommend combining brands of yarn, because you'll see with this basket, although they were weighted the same weight, the Bernat was slightly less thick than the Yarn Bee, and so the bag kind of creases in the middle. because the yarn was not as thick. I guess I could have added a strand, but by the time I noticed, I was almost done, so I went with it. But it's very useful, and I love baskets. And the one thing I would recommend with a basket is use as small a hook as you can stand with the amount of yarn you're using, you know, whether it's 2 strands or 3 strands, because the smaller hook is going to give you a tighter stitch, and the tighter stitches give you a bag that will stand up and hold its shape nicely. So that's my tip for baskets. Here's another basket. We use this one for doggy leashes. My husband takes the dogs for excursions and is always carrying the leashes around. So next I have a couple of blankets. These are both actually listed on my Etsy page for sale, if you're interested. This first one is huge. It is a queen size. Well, it doesn't go over, but it will cover a queen size bed. And the actual dimensions are on the Etsy page. But it was a stitch sampler that I did with Pamela's Adoring Crochet this year. And we did a few squares a week, and then at the end put them together in the pattern that we wanted. Just trying to find the right side. There really isn't a right side. And I call this one The Joy in Christmas. Can you guess why? That is a cross in the middle with my red squares. There. For me, all the joy in Christmas is about Jesus Christ. So I love this blanket. It's very soft and very big. Very cheerful and very Christmassy. I used Red Heart Super Saver for this, and the mistletoe actually felt a little stiff at off of the skein, but once I washed it, I gave it one wash, and it is soft as can be. So don't worry about Red Heart seeming rough. It really does, like everybody says, soften up in the washer. The other bag I have, the other blanket I have, is also a Christmas blanket. And this is one of my favorite blanket patterns. It's by Bag O' Day Crochet, and it is called her Peekaboo Shell blanket. Isn't that darling? If I don't say so myself. To no credit of mine, it's Bag O' Day's pattern, but it is really sweet. This is a square, and it's also pretty large, probably about 50 inches wide. I can tell you exactly. 59 by 59 inch square for that. 100% acrylic. And the thing I love about this pattern, I have not seen a version that was not beautiful. You can use scrap yarn, you can switch colors every row, you can switch colors every 2 rows. I have seen so many beautiful blankets made with that pattern. I strongly encourage you to try it. And she has her free tutorial on YouTube. So, Peekaboo Shells. Next, everything else I have is actually, including those 2 blankets, are listed on Etsy for sale. So check it out if you're interested. This is a basket of cosmetic washcloths. Remove your makeup. There's about 30 in this one. I made a set for my sister, which she really likes. And the basket itself is made out of tulle, not yarn, so it holds up really nicely, and it's not a joy to crochet with because it's very stiff, but makes a wonderful basket, and it doesn't feel as prickly or anything like you might think. It feels just great. The flower is also a crochet flower, not Bag O' Day's pattern, someone else's. I can't remember who at the moment. The washcloths are 100% cotton, about 4 inches by 5 inches, or maybe 3 by 4, in 3 different, 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors there. Next is another ball cap. So this one is the one I have listed on Etsy. Nice bright orange, great for safety purposes if you're out walking, so you can be visible to anybody. And then I've got 2 market bags. These are smaller. This is called the Color Block Market Bag, or Color Block Bag. Let me tell you who it's by. You can find this pattern on Etsy, or Ravelry. It's called the Color Block Market Bag by Jenn Palmer. So I have it in that bright orange and in an aqua blue and ecru. These are about 14 inches wide, and with the straps about 24 inches tall or long. And then I've got some dishcloths, Creative Grandma's pattern, the flower dishcloths. These are adorable. They're so cheerful. I love doing dishes with those dishcloths. Here are some square ones. They are pretty. This one's an ecru. These are about an 8-inch square. It's a green one. Here's a set in the browns. Variegated brown and another variegated. Okay, I have some more. There's some more of the flowers. I sell these in sets on the website. Here's some flowers in brown and ecru. These are all 100% cotton. And then here's another green one. That's a beautiful pattern. I love the border on that. You can also fold these and use them as hot pads, or again to set your Keurig on, or your water filter. Here is a set of hats. I call them Mommy and Me. One is a child size and one is an adult size. And this is a pattern by Bag O' Day. And they are just adorable in 100% acrylic. That pattern, oh no, I don't have it listed. A lot of these I made before I started using Ravelry, so I do not have them, the pattern listed in front of me. Here's a pretty red cowl in Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton, so super soft. I love a cowl because you don't have to deal with the scarf falling off or getting crooked or dragging somewhere or coming untied. A cowl is just a nice way to keep your neck warm and not have to think about it too much. Here I have a shawl. This is the Jessica shawl by Bag O' Day Crochet again. The yarn is Red Heart It's a wrap. And this shawl is drapey. It is beautifully light. It only weighs ounces. It's great for milder temperatures, summer, spring, and it's a good size. There's more pictures on my Etsy page of this and my Ravelry page, actually. I want to say the yarn is 100% cotton. I think it is. Oh, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. So easy care, machine washable on gentle, and you can dry it flat. And again, it's called her Jessica shawl. Very pretty. And keeping with the Bag O' Day theme, here are two of her Bonbon Beanie hats pattern. Again, in 100% cotton. I love cotton. Not made in I Love Cotton, but I think I can tell you what they're made in. This is a popular pattern, and I've sold a couple of these and even had a repeat buyer come back because she likes this pattern so much. This one is in Hobby Lobby Crafter Secret Cotton Multi, called City, the color. And then this one is Cute Stripe. And this one is Hobby Lobby Crafter Secret Cotton as well, in white and black. And Paint Box Yarns is the steel blue color right there. All 100% cotton. Oops. Okay. Next, I have a little sweater set for 6 to 9 month old. It's got the little fisherman style hat, which is adorable if you ask me. I actually made these for my nephew, but he's already grown beyond this size. So we made him another set. And this is a pattern also by Bag O' Day. She calls this her ugly sweater pattern because she did a bunch of embellishments on it to make it like a Christmas ugly sweater. But I made it in Karen Cotton Cakes. The color is hydrangea, so it's self-striping. And again, everything in the kind of blue-green family. I think it's suitable for either boy or girl, just because it's got such a variety of colors there. And very soft. The Karen Cotton Cakes are 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. That sweater is by Bag O' Day. The hat is by someone else. It's Pretty Darn Adorable Crochet Tutorials. And again, for a 6 to 12 month old baby hat. Next, I have a set of lacy scarf and hats. I don't remember the pattern. It might have been Olga, Poltova, or Nastasia. I think it's one of those two. Those are the two I've gone to for lacy patterns. Beautiful. 100% cotton lacy scarf. This was also a cotton cake, but it was a 100% cotton. I think it was a ripple cake. And then I've got the hat. I wasn't sure about the sizing on the hat, so I made 2 different sizes, and they both come with the scarf as a set. Perfect for milder temperatures or summer or even winter. There's a dishcloth I left off. Next is a pretty headband. This is a granny squares stitched together, and then they tie. And it's in this beautiful gray, kind of like a blue-gray multi with white in it. Very pretty. Did I get that right? I can never see. There. Okay. Next, I have some coasters, which are always fun and very useful. I have coasters everywhere in my house. These are in a pretty red and green. Great for Valentine's Day or Christmas. If you're planning early, this is a set of 8. This is a very pretty pattern, but I didn't write it down, so I can't tell you who it was by. I'm pretty sure it was it was either on YouTube or Ravelry. Here is a headband in a plushy yarn. Very cute. Adult size. And a couple more dishcloths. There's a set in the browns. This one comes with a square, 2 squares and a flower. There's a flower. My dishcloths are deeply discounted right now on my Etsy store, if I didn't already say that. Good time to take advantage of them. We grew up using dishcloths, and then we moved over to sponges. And honestly, those sponges I just think about how many sponges I bought in my life, and I got tired of it. The last thing I wanted to show you is this Chenille blanket that I made. Throw. It's more throw size. So soft. This is made with Yarn Bee. No, is it Yarn Bee? Let me make sure. Lion Brand Let's Get Cozy, Chenille Appeal. In the colors Coconut Milk, Onyx, and Stormfront. This one is not for sale. This is mine. Very soft. And I did not enjoy working with Chenille. Warning, if you've never worked with Chenille, beware. You cannot see your stitches for anything, especially in the color black. I had all kinds of bright lights hung around my neck, and I'd still get tired of working on it after a few rows. I found a wonderful pattern though. If you're gonna use it, I highly recommend this pattern because she works between the stitches, so you're not looking to get in between those chains. It's impossible with Chenille, really. The pattern is by Hooked by Robin, and I don't know if I have the name. Easiest Crochet Chenille Blanket is the name. I'm sure she had a YouTube tutorial, and she had the pattern on her website as well. It's a beautiful blanket, and I will love it forever, but it was a labor. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some inspiration, or just enjoyed watching. And I hope to see you again. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Bye.